All right, let me see. All right. I'm gonna have to deal with this one. All right. One. All right. That's one person. One to two more. Then I'm gonna start my episode. Two. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So hey, how you doing? This Red Cup Chronicles with your host Jay Lavonne. Got my red cup going. So how's everyone doing on this lovely Thursday? It was like 60 degrees today. I caught a whiff of it, just give me something to eat, but I wish I had picnic time, whatever. So last week I was talking about relationship pet peeves, how some relationships. Hey, Miss Bernadette, how you doing? How's far is it going? So last week I was talking about what was my pet peeves about my relationship. Just showing that although you have a good relationship, not every relationship is without issues. Every relationship does have work. If everybody trying to make things perfect, that's how you know them mother suckers are phony as hell. So tonight I would like to talk about the whole Netflix issue with Monique. I am so I don't know about this whole thing because all right, the whole synopsis of this whole thing, Red Cup Chronicles, right? Red Cup. Whole synopsis of this is that Netflix offers Monique 500K for a stand-up special. She say, "Hey, I had my accolades. Amy Schumer got got around $11 million." And then when Monique was like, "Why did I get much less than Amy Schumer?" And they were saying because, well, you are good, but we don't go by resume. And they was like, well, Amy Schumer sold out Madison Square Garden twice. And she had a few little movies here and there. And, okay, but you don't go off a resume. But you just stated Amy's resume by her selling out Madison Square Garden. And the reason that I'm not feeling that whole thing because Black women in general in any profession have to try like 3 times as hard just to get where we want to be. And it's a shame. There's so many Black people, men and women, who have college degrees who's not even doing anything pertaining to their degrees. So not only you have debt for student loan, but you're not using your degree. So it's a big old insult to the face. So, oh, hey Tennille, I was about to tag you, Tennille. Cool. So with this whole Monique thing, I kind of took a little personal because I have different degrees and stuff, and I'm not using it. And whenever you want to apply yourself to get to where you want to go, someone will always try and knock you down. Someone always try to say, "Oh, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't good enough for this." But that's like a Black person having degrees, and you saying that they have to have experience. They don't have enough experience. And then here come a person of a different persuasion, have degree in a completely different subject or no degree at all, and they all make it the job that the Black person was working for. And that's not completely fair at all. Now, with this whole thing, this is where I kind of feel Netflix at. Like I say, court orders, because one point I'm on Monique and one point I'm on Netflix. So Monique, you counting other people's pockets. And a lot of people say, well, she haven't done it in a while. How could she demand much? Well, if you know your worth and you know you had that Oscar thing going, why shouldn't you state your worth? Just like that college degree, just because you got that Oscar don't mean you're going to have the best of the best opportunities in life. And she's learned that the hard way. The thing that kind of got me about Monique is when she, at one point, I don't know what the heck was going on with her and Lee Daniels and Oprah Winfrey. But she called Lee Daniels out. She called Oprah Winfrey out. And she also called Tyler Perry out. Some of the biggest movers and shakers in the African American community that can make her career. And you can't say those people did not help, because Oprah helped Tyler. Tyler helped, any has been actor put in his movies, and Lee Daniels, anybody that look like that kind of talent, and that's not quite A plus A status, except for maybe Terrence Howard and Taraji Henson, he puts on Empire. So you can't say they haven't helped the black community in some way to get their careers off ground. So when she called them out, I think that's where she got herself blackballed. I wouldn't say blackballed. I think she kind of burned the bridge with that. And then when they say when she had been nominated for the whole Oscar, she didn't go to none of the ceremony, none of the events and everything. But yet, she still won, which is all good. You win, you win. When she got up, they say, well, I didn't play y'all game, but I still won. First off, you don't say that another. It's like, I'm not saying Monique should shut up, but at the same time, she should have chosen her words more wisely. Black women, we have that issue. Even I do. Trust, bruh. Trust. So with that whole thing with Monique, I feel Monique because, like I say, you have to try much as harder, but at the same time, I ain't getting up in the morning looking for the Parkers. First thing me and my boyfriend did when we went to have the fire stick, we looked for Martin episodes. I think I looked for a couple of In Living Color episodes. I did not look for no doggone Parkers. So I'm not saying that Monique should not demand, because Monique, look, Hope Flood, some more Tiffany Haddish. Although I'm like up and down with Tiffany Haddish, but Tiffany Haddish had to work hard to where she wanted to be in life to get to where she wanted to be. She would be in many sitcoms, guest starring, everything, but she finally got her shots with Girls Trip. So Tiffany Haddish, she could demand top buck because she's relevant. And I'm sorry to say, but this stardom stuff is all about relevance. And that's part of the argument why they say, that's why they was like, hey, Monique, let me try to tag somebody real fast while I'm talking. Let me try to tag somebody. I know I can't sing. Shut up. Yeah. Let me see. Invite. Okay. Alright. Invited. Cool. Alright. Cool. I hope I invited that person. But yeah, it's like, to me, it's this whole thing that's like back and forth as a black woman, because I understand where Monique is coming from. Maybe, just maybe, she kind of shot herself in the foot with her blessings. Maybe she would have got that 500K, but if she would have did good, she would have got the millions that she wanted. She probably would have more than Amy since she was out longer than Amy. But, you know, like I say, I ain't waking up in the morning. The last thing I saw Monique in was this Almost Christmas movie with her and Danny Glover. And all these other, like, it's this one little YouTube star in that movie and everything. And she was pretty funny, but she was typical to me in that movie. Like, you want her to play the drunk auntie. You want her to play the auntie, period. And at first, I really didn't understand. And then I saw on somebody's Facebook status that Netflix said that she had to audition. And they were originally offering her $3 million. But she said, okay, why didn't you tell Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart to audition? Okay, Dave Chappelle, even though he went on hiatus and we didn't hear from him for like a decade, you was still talking about Dave Chappelle episodes. You was talking about Dave Chappelle anything. Dave Chappelle still did some mediocre shows while he was on his little break before he came to Netflix, before he did his Netflix stuff. Now he's bigger than ever. Now he got the money that Comedy Central were offering him to do Dave Chappelle's show that he walked away from. He got more with Netflix because he knew his worth. He knew where he wanted to work. It's one thing to know your worth, but at the same time, I'm not making you a spam. Oh no, I'm not making you spam. Jamala, if I make you spam, I'm sorry. I was trying to. No, I'm not making you spam at all. So if something making you spam, it ain't me. I just trying to invite somebody, and I'm still learning how to invite people to my live. So anything happen, I'm sorry firsthand. Hope you enjoyed this episode. So it's just Monique, she should have went about it a different way. Netflix, they should have worded that stuff a little bit better. But when you a professional company like Netflix, it's like the drug game. It's all about how much money you willing to give them, because they put their money out there to produce different stuff. They invest their money in you so they can get some of their money back. So Netflix, it's the drug game of movies. Higher grade of Redbox, if you ask me. Because you can get DVDs from Netflix, you can get different little stuff from Netflix that you can't quite get if you was watching the channel. So, with Monique, like I say, I feel her. I'm not trying to tell her not to demand for money, because you should go for top buck for what you want. It's kind of like a prostitute. If you know you can do $5 worth, why not demand 15? If you you asking for 15, but you do $1 worth, why are you demanding it? Let me try to invite this person again. Let me try. Okay, so she is invited. Okay, cool. Done. Got it, good. Cool. Okay, so she is invited. Alright, great. I did a good job with something. Plus, I'm using my tablet instead of my phone because my phone does not want to charge. So, back to the subject at hand. So, with this whole thing, if you talk about black women who have been discredited, black women have been discredited for decades, maybe a century. Hattie McDaniel couldn't even go to the Gone with the Wind premiere with her white co-stars. Dorothy Dandridge was constantly dogged out. And she was even dogged out by that Oscar dude when it came to different roles and stuff in her personal life. So, if you want to say black women been discredited, black women has been discredited all day, every day. So, with Monique talk about some gender and race stuff, first off, it ain't race because they gave Shonda Rhimes, who is an African-American female, $10 million. Shonda Rhimes been building herself up. She's still doing her thing with Grey's Anatomy and Scandal and other projects. While you want to say it's a gender thing, it's a race thing, that's bull, because they gave Will Smith $90 million. You want to say gender? They gave Dave Chappelle $55 million for his stand-up specials. So with that whole thing going on, and you want to say it's a black woman thing? No, because although Netflix is a white-dominated company, a lot of those black movies, those little straight-to-DVD type films, are popping on Netflix. So you can't really say that. I'm not saying that I'm not on Monique's side. Like I said, as a person with degrees who ain't using her degree, I completely understand how railroaded that Monique really feels. But at the same time, it's like your mom telling you, don't be a typical black girl. Don't be that black girl who has the attitude. Don't be that angry black woman. And in some way, that's what people were saying that she was like. And it's like, and then she even, what cracked me up by Monique, she even went her way saying, why is she more profitable than Amy Schumer? Amy Schumer, she ain't that funny. She just been in funny stuff to me, if you want to know my honest opinion. But congrats to her for getting 11 million, getting 10.5 million. Congrats to her for 10.5 million. Congrats to her for selling out at Madison Square Gardens. But it's like, black people were more judgmental on Monique than white people were, because we was like, what the hell, we ain't seen you since Parker's, you was on Comic View well enough. And like I say, my favorite queen of comedy had to be tied between Samora and Laura Hayes. Monique, she was funny, but she was typical big girl Monique. It's like she has that thing, but she don't have that it factor to me. It's kind of like, nah, yeah, she's funny. I was about to say Kevin Hart, but I don't think Kevin Hart is that funny to me. That's the honest to God truth. I was going to compare her to him, but that would be a bad comparison, because at least I laugh at Monique. At least I had to force myself to laugh at Kevin Hart sometimes. I ain't going to lie. I saw him, now the show that I saw him in a few years ago, it was pretty cool, but like I said, Kevin Hart is not my favorite comedian at all. So, go for what you want. Stand for what you want, and she's holding on that tight. She's holding on that stuff tight, and then now you telling people to boycott Netflix. I'm sorry, man, but black people don't always have Netflix accounts. I'm sorry. You talk about boycott Netflix. No, boycott your husband as your manager. Dang, what's been going on? Ooh, no wonder why people don't want their spouses to be their managers and stuff. And then she went out of her way to say that when does Oprah Winfrey support black women? Hello, there's a channel called OWN, Oprah Winfrey Network. Guess who was on Oprah Winfrey Network? Miss Robbie, Sweetie Pies from St. Louis, shows like Queen Sugar, shows like, it's like, so you can't say Oprah Winfrey don't support black women. She does things that kind of whitewash. I ain't gonna express that part of opinion, but yeah, but it's like this whole thing with Monique. Like I say, I ain't mad at her. Get your little coins, but at the same time, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Rack up, right? Rack up, right? So, I just, like I said, I don't like seesawing, but the more I hear, I hate to say it, but part of me is more on Netflix side, because if they originally offered you $3 million, then you went down to 500,000 by you opening your mouth. So you went from 3 million to 500,000. Now you ain't gonna get that many opportunity for real, because you started counting Dave. And Dave disappeared for 10 years, but he kept himself relevant behind the scenes. And that's what she's not realizing. While you sitting there and talk about your open marriage with your husband, look, I want to hear all that. I want to hear how your husband cheated on you. He probably said the open marriage stuff so he could have side chicks and you accept it. That's the open marriage. Truth be told. And it's like, Monique. So, now based on what I've been talking about, let me think for 5 seconds. Rack up. And it's like, it's more black people knocking Monique than white people. That's the funny part. It's like, we always knocking on each other. Like, we always knocking on each other. But just because somebody is shitting on you, don't mean that. Yeah, Oprah supports all women, but Tonille, she had a nerve to talk about that Oprah don't support black women. I was like, oh, have you seen? It's like, I don't watch cable. I haven't had cable for almost a year, but from what I remember, Oprah has a lot of black shows. And I still pop in and watch Queen Sugar here and there. So she gets hurt. It's like she does goofy stuff, but she still get my support. So big up to Oprah Winfrey. You know, if you want to endorse Red Cup Chronicles, Oprah, cousin, holler at your cousin. Okay, shameless plug. Okay, shameless plug. So, yeah, we are actually kind of related, by the way. So, you gotta get it how you living, man. But it's like, if she just crapped on a white movers and shakers. Yeah. Oh, Tonille, you should look on Cashflow's page. He had it on there. But yeah, it started off at $3 million, but she had to audition for that special because Netflix were calling themselves like, hey, nobody heard from you, but we're familiar with you. We're trying to get the younger generation familiar with you. Went from $3 million to $500K to now you ain't gonna have no opportunity because you keep on shooting yourself in the foot, and you keep on putting your foot in your mouth. You know, instead of worrying about y'all an open marriage, worry about your doggone career. Dang, it's like I'm still kind of torn because I know what it's like to be railroaded as an African American female, but at the same time, sometimes black women, our mouths to get us in deep crap. I've been there, so I can talk about it, right? So, the Red Chronicle court orders. You know what? So the Monique is the defendant while Netflix is the plaintiff. You know what? I feel you, Monique. And you should get your coins in. And if you want to hear some goofy stuff, Netflix offered Wanda Sykes less than $500K for her special. And she took that money. She made a bunch of crude jokes, and she's back home with her white wife. So, in the Red Cup Chronicle Court, I'm going to have to go with the plaintiff and sentence it's Monique to reevaluate herself, find a new manager because evidently her husband ain't doing a good job just spending money and having side chicks. I also would like Netflix to have better wording when it comes to other people's careers. And if you was going to do the 3,000, don't take it all the way down to 3 million. Don't take it all the way down to no doggone 500K, because that's why the defendant probably felt very, very insulted. By the way, so Red Cup Chronicle court orders. We're going to have to go on the plaintiff side. Netflix. Ain't no point in boycotting Netflix because some black people don't have Netflix accounts. So we already did our own boycott. So holler at me, tell me what y'all think. Red Cup, I'm not sure if I have anything to discuss about this matter. It's not to say that she's ungrateful. It's just that sometimes when you try to negotiate, you gotta negotiate reasonably. And like I say, I would have felt that 500K was an insult too if I was in her shoes, but you're not that relevant, boo-boo. At least your male counterparts didn't have to audition because they kept themselves relevant on that off time. So, Red Cup, pay your bills, raise a red cup. If you have a job, raise your red cup. If you're just chilling, ready for the weekend, raise your red cup, baby. If you're ready to turn up, red cup. If you are going to watch Netflix like I am, red cup, raise your red cup. So, if you have not catch any of the Red Cup Chronicle episodes, I have to upload this episode, and I know for sure the last episode onto YouTube. You can catch any Red Cup Chronicle episode onto YouTube. As soon as I get some paperwork and some business stuff straightened out, I'll be sure to give y'all more information. Red Cup Chronicle do have a Instagram page. Is red_cup_chronicles 83, which it would have a picture of me on there, the lovely host. Hey. And I usually use that as promo for episodes. I need to be a little bit better at that, so that's my fault. But like everybody go live, but I would be sure to do better in my promotion. And if you look at Facebook stories, I use that like some witty stuff that I don't say on Red Cup Chronicles, but I also use that for promo also. You can always check my page for anything with Red Cup Chronicles. I thank y'all. Great to see this episode. Great for people who haven't seen it before. It's great for people who do watch Red Cup Chronicle episodes. So the time that I do it is always depending on if I have to work. So next week I may have to go back to a later time because I go back to work next week. So bye-bye. And turn up for the weekend, y'all. Bye. And raise your red cups. God bless.